Hey, this is Doc again. I made a video just a little bit ago regarding cough syrup, but the main topic I really wanted to bring for you is I've been studying this for a long time, and with my history in the military and the black ops and all that stuff, there's a ton of videos out there about bugging out, and of course you should always prepare for a bug out, but you don't bug out till you first bug in. I want to tell you from experience as a military man, you hunker down first. The people in Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Sandy, they didn't bug out. They hunkered down first. And that's what you have to do. I was at the VA today, and this is what I was just looking around, and you sit down and you take a look at all the vets. I don't know if you've ever been to a VA hospital. I mean, you don't have to have we all have VA cards, medical cards, but anybody can walk through the front doors of a VA hospital. You can park in public parking and go in and just sit down and take a look at the vets that are rolling through. And I'm looking at these vets, and I'm looking at them, and half of them or more, there's no way they could throw a pack on anymore and go out and do their due. We're talking very honorable vets that have gotten up in age, and it's wonderful to see a World War II vet still walking and talking. And I always, out of respect, I always stop them and shake their hand and thank them for the path that they made for me as also a military vet. So I was just taking some notice, and I realized that bugging out is fine. There's a difference between a bug out bag and a survival bag and bugging in. There's three things, and you really need to consider your position and your ability. Okay? Number one, you don't store all this stuff up just to run away from it. Your number one line of defense is the walls around your home. That's the number one line of defense. That's what I'm preparing for. You can see behind me, I got my bug out bag. I got my survivals, my vest. I can never get this straight with these videos. This is the vest that I put on that carries a lot of my survival stuff. All right, carries my ammo, my weapons, carries my survival stuff, lighting fires, yada yada yada, you know. And then my bug out bag, which is hanging behind me over here, this has got the the canned food, the bagged food, the dried goods, and this is what carries your clothes, extra clothes, and also survival stuff too at the same time, because you need more than just one. In the military, there's three ways. One means none, two means one, three means fine, which means try to have three of the same thing. If you have just one gun, you could end up losing it. Then you got no guns. So you end up with two guns. That means you got actually one gun. So, anyways, it gets weird. But I digress. That's not what I'm really talking about. But the first thing we do is we bug in, and I want you to get that stuck in your head. Bug in, unless it's totally impossible for you to bug in. Then you move to your bug out, because your four walls, or the walls around your home, that's your first line of defense. All right, it's your line of defense right now. You go in the evening, you lock the front doors, you lock the back door. You consider yourself safe from anybody from getting in, unless they try breaking in. Well, it's the same scenario when things get rough. Your home is your castle, and that's what you first do, is you bug in. And then your second line of defense is your weapons. People who try to break through or come through your first line of defense, which is your home, then you use your second line of defense with your weapons. And if that is overrun to where you're not able to hold your ground where you're at, then you move into the bug out survival mode and you bug out. Okay? And then when you bug out, where are you going? You don't want to become part of the mass that's just wandering through. You really need to think about all this. And don't plan on doing it with your vehicle. I'm just, because if it really gets that bad, you ain't going to get on a highway or main road. They'll be backed up and jammed up. So that's why I brought up about the mobility devices. Because with mobility devices, at least you can move forward. All right, no matter what your condition is, you can move forward. But that is an extreme case. And if we ever get to that point, which we very well possibly could, that's first after you've exhausted your first line of defense, which is your home. And then your second line of defense, which is your weapons. Then your third line of defense is your bug out and your survival kit. Okay? That's your defenses. That's your three main defenses. But you need to think of a fourth. Okay? Where are you going? How are you going to get there? Do you have a map? Do you have a compass? All right. How long will it take you to get there? And what are you going to have to deal with possibly on the way to getting there? There's a whole lot to deal with. And I don't want it to disturb you, or I don't want to concern you in any major way, but I want you to get a grasp on something. 90% of your neighbors around you aren't doing a darn thing. So the first line of defense is your locked house and your four walls. And the hardest thing to do is to be able to look at them. And I would look at them now before anything happens. When you talk to your neighbors and say, listen, I'm prepared for whatever happens. If you're not, don't come asking from me, because I've prepared for my family. That'll make them think. Hopefully, it'll make them think that they need to prepare for themselves. But all it takes, I went through that 3 days no power thing. Remember that back in the, what was that, 2003? 3 days with no power? I'm glad the power come on the third day, because that was pretty rough for a lot of people. Just 3 days made it rough, and that was during the summer. Now we got winter coming. What if you have 3 days in the winter? Anyways, all this is something you should think about, and you really should. Not to paranoia. I'm not out to paranoia anybody. If anything, I'm making videos to try to make your rough time comfortable. That's why the mobility devices, the bedside commode, the cough syrup, homemade, and the cheap weapons you can use to protect yourself and to hunt for small game. Why? To make your life comfortable. You 20-year-olds, you 30-year-olds who want to take the world by the horns, you go right ahead. I already done it. A lot of people I am talking to now, a lot of people that are watching my videos now, they're older. Or they're, it doesn't matter what age you are, but the older ones, you got to think of yourself too. Now, you're limited on your abilities. Lord knows I can't do what I did when I was 20. I don't bounce no more when I fall. I thud. Boom. There ain't no bouncing. So I got to adjust my way for survival by the way I am with my age. And I want you to think about that. So just chew on that for a few days, and then, throw me some thoughts on this video. Give me some of your ideas and thoughts. I am open to anything. And like I said before, you talk to me, I'll be glad to talk to you. All right? You want to get personal and Skype? I'll Skype with you. I'll email with you. I'll text with you. It doesn't matter. All I know is if I can pass on a little bit of knowledge to help you, then it does my heart good know that everything I've done is not in vain and was not in vain. All right? I'm just here to help. And I'll be glad to help you. Got me? All right, listen to the doc. Do what he says. You'll be better off. Hopefully. In the long run. All right? Take it easy. Bye-bye.